Welcome to Violin Adventures number 116. We work on the new violin. So sitting by the fire on a cold winter's night is very nice to work on my scraping of the violin, but it also helps me see with the shadows any little bumps that I might want to get out. There it is. I think we're ready to turn it over and start carving out the inside. Work on the old violin. Okay, here with our old violin, I'm going to change out these pegs. They're quite old and they're a little bit mismatched. So I got a new set of pegs, and when you get new pegs, they're not round. They're not at the correct angle, so you have to do a lot of fitting just to get them round and to take off all the lumps on them so that they'll fit nicely in the peg box. Okay, there's the peg holes are cut. So we are ready to set up this instrument. Okay, here we go. We're trying it with the new pegs. Bows here. And just a little bit of advice on bows. Bows make a big difference when you're playing on a good instrument. And if you have a good handmade instrument, you're going to want a bow that's first of all made out of Pernambuco. And I know Pernambuco is becoming more scarce these days. So if you can get a Pernambuco bow, that's a good thing. Also, you want something probably that's made or that has a name and also is $1,000 or more, because then those are handmade bows and they're all different and they're going to respond differently to your violin. Also, you want a bow that you don't have to think about making beautiful tone. It transfers from your hand, from your heart to your hand, into the violin without you really thinking about it. That's a good bow. So here I have some bows that I think are definitely something special for someone. And we'll try them on this instrument and see how they sound. Definitely has a very nice, smooth, and sweet tone. Let's try another one. This one has a little more power to it. And of course, every bow is going to sound different on the instrument that you have, and it also is different for each player, because each player has a different weight in their hand and a different style. So Like my mentor Albert Muller said, picking a bow is like picking a pair of shoes. Okay, this one is a little brighter and a little louder, but I think we're wanting to go for sweeter. So I'm going to go back to this first one that I started on and try it again. Well, there we go. Maybe tomorrow we might try some more bows and just see if there's a special one that you really like. This is early in the morning. The rain has come at last. A puzzle to figure out. Okay, I need to do an update on the thoughts on this drawer. And you can see how this is very close to the top of the drawer. So whatever went in here wasn't very tall. But because of the shape here, I'm thinking that this goes down so that you can grab whatever's in here. I just don't know. Here's the other side. The side here. Now see this. These also have, let me show you. You know how it goes down here. So maybe whatever was in these little things, it was so you could grab, get your thumb in there and grab. Otherwise, it's very small compartments. So you guys, you have to help me figure out what was this used for. I have thought of maybe feathers because there is an inkwell placed in the middle drawer. This could be feathers. This could be quills and nibs, but I don't know that it's, some of these are, well, I suppose you could get your finger in there and let me try and see. Okay, you guys, I have some pins here with nibs. So I'm going to put these in here and see if they might work. It is just the right width. And then to get them out, you would just stick in one finger and pull them up. So that could work, but do you think that's what it was for? I don't know. And here I put the nibs, and the holes are small enough that it doesn't go down to the bottom, so they are easy to grab, but I would be grabbing the tips like this. I'm still not satisfied because as you see the dip right here, so it would be easy to put your finger in and grab whatever was in here. The same with these. Okay, this little compartment here where the drawer goes, I got one screw out and I'm going to try to get this screw out, which is a mangled mess. It was one, I got the screw out from the back. Look at how long that was. But it was one of those type of heads that are so hard to turn. So I definitely want to replace that for the better Phillip heads. Here's a nail, it looks like, or maybe that's a wooden, oh, here's wooden dowels. There's a wooden dowel and there's a wooden dowel. And here's, like I showed you on the bottom where the, there were sections where the wood comes up through the top and the bottom. Here it comes up. Here's the work on the drawers. So it looks like this was originally made with no screws. And then, this is my theory, because this has dowels in it, and it was made like this, that my theory was later someone screwed this down. And I want to show you something funny, okay? So here's this drawer, the middle drawer, and you see here, well, we have places for the ink wells, and then this section in here and in here. Let me show you up close. These here, you know, just wasted space, but they're not very big areas, and I had to discover what could be under here, okay? So I broke this off, carefully lifted it out, and look at that. It's a big old chunk of ugly wood, and it's there for support, so I understand, but it's the ugliest piece of wood you ever did see, right? In a beautiful desk. That just made me laugh. So I'm putting this back. But I can see here that these little boxes for the ink wells were made the same way. The boxes and the little file system in the side drawer is made the same way. Pieces of wood that are made to fit in there like that. That's just how the others are. So that gave me a clue that those things in the drawer were not added later. They are still part of this whole desk. It was made that way. Okay, we're working. I want to get this out in the mail by this weekend, hopefully, but we've got 3 plaques to get done, so I am going to cut these out and making sure we have enough space for a nice border. So we're in the machine room because I don't want to make a lot of dust in the workshop. So I hope you like the background. It's a lot of nice antique tools. The next step will be to sand off the gold and just leave it on the words. Okay, the plaques are finished. I'm going to get them in the mail and hopefully they'll arrive in time. Okay, we're going to play 4 more bows. Now, the last bows I played were 1,000 and above. They were higher end bows. Now we're going to play some lower end bows just so we can find the best match for this violin. Okay, so between these 4 bows, I didn't care for the first 2, and I thought the next 2 were starting to sound prettier. So I'm going to play the last 2 again. Okay, just something about bows. In order to get a good bow that's made out of Pernambuco and responds well and doesn't just feel like a club, to be able to express with the music without having to think about the bow, is usually 1,000 or higher to get a good bow. So it's trickier when you're trying to find a bow that will express, have a good tone, and produce the volume that you want in the below 1,000 range. Between the 4 I played, I still like the last 2. So anyway, I don't know how much you can tell on the video, but I'm putting it out there just in case it's fun for you to hear the differences and see if you can tell. More carving on the new violin. Okay, we've got this side all smooth and beautiful. I'm happy enough to go on, turn it over, and start carving out on the back. And this is Friday, so we're getting really close to shutting down the week. Okay, that just took a few minutes. This top is going to go pretty fast, I think, with that wood. It's so soft. Okay, here's our desk. And I didn't get a lot done this week on the desk. I'm hoping next week will be better. But if we look up close, you can see the cracks in the surface. And I've been checking this out, and I think these cracks are just in the varnish in the surface. And then there's some that are into the wood. Maybe in this section here. And you can see where I chipped away some of this varnish, cracked. I'm going to put some shellac on that and see if it will heal it or if I'm going to have to strip this. Here I put that shellac on, and it does seem to be making it look pretty nice. The Hebrew minute. Higid lecha Adam. Ma tov u'ma Hashem doresh mimecha ki im asot mishpat va'ahavat hesed v'hatznea lechet im Elohecha. He has declared to you, O man, what is good, and what does Hashem require from you, but to do justice, and to love, kindness, or mercy, or goodness, and to walk humbly with your God. If you know where this is found, please leave it in the comments below. Okay, here we are Friday afternoon. There's no rain. We had a good rain, but look at the sky. It's beautiful blue. Let's go in and see what's going on in the shop. Okay, first off is our beautiful antique desk. And we're in the midst of deciding if we want to strip it or just coat it with some coats of shellac to make all the cracks heal up again. Here's the top of our violin, and that's going to go pretty fast because the top wood is so much softer than the back. Here's our first drawer, and I'm still waiting for a polish to arrive. It's supposed to arrive next week, and I want to polish this whole set right here and also maybe the inside of the drawer just to preserve the wood. So I don't want to move forward until I get that polished, but if you all know what in the world this is for, I've been searching what this little filing system is for. And if you look this way, you can see how deep these go down. So I know that these type of, in the 1800s, they not only made things look nice, but they also made them very, very practical. So if y'all have any ideas, okay, here is our old violin that's all fixed up and ready to go, but right now we're working on finding a good bow in a good price range and yet has a really good tone. A word from Freddie.
I'm ready. Hi everyone, I'm Freddie. Remember me? I have a new apron and a new scarf, and I really like them. But I have to tell you something. My mom's been telling me about next week. Next week is going to be Hanukkah, and I'm all excited. I want to show you something. See, I've been reading this book, The Story of Hanukkah, and it's about a miracle that happened for 8 days. So next week I'm going to be celebrating it, and we get to light a candle every night. So I want to make sure you come back so you can see me lighting the candle. Maybe I can light a candle next week. So anyway, I hope y'all have a good week, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching and for your wonderful comments and your thumbs up, and thank you to all the new subscribers. I appreciate all of you, and until next time, God bless you. Bye.